Welcome to another edition of Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Gene DiGirolamo, and we're here today at, and I can't believe it, my 18th annual Senior Citizen Expo at the Ben Salem Senior Citizen Center. Just a lovely fall day, and we've got a big crowd already. And I wanted to start out because I have a very special guest with me today, not only a special guest, but a really good friend of mine, and that's our Congressman from the 8th District, Congressman Mike Fitzpatrick. Mike, welcome to the Expo today.
Thanks, Gene, and congratulations on 18 years of outstanding service to the seniors of your district.
Thank you, Mike. And you've been talking to a lot of the seniors already, and I know they have a lot of questions. And certainly, whenever you talk to senior citizens, Social Security and Medicare always is an issue that comes up with them. And I know you're working really, really hard in Washington to make sure that those services are protected and there for future generations. So maybe just talk a little bit about what's going on and some of the questions you're getting.
Sure, yeah. Thanks for the question. Yeah. And I have been sort of mingling about your Senior Expo here, talking to a lot of the residents of Ben Salem in the 18th District. The big issue for this year seems to be the economy and jobs, but for seniors, always concerned about retirement security, about Social Security, and about health care, specifically Medicare and the sustainability and functionality of Medicare. With respect to Social Security, obviously it's my job to protect and secure Social Security for the hardworking senior citizens who paid into it during the course of their lifetime. And Social Security is solid and solvent for all of today's seniors, and it's important that they understand that. There's a lot of discussion about the long-term solvency of the program, and that's something that the federal government needs to work on and continue to work on. But the important message for today's seniors is that Social Security is and will be here for them. Another issue that many seniors are concerned about in connection with Social Security is the cost of living. The cost of living here in Lower Bucks County continues to escalate. Gasoline prices go up, food prices go up, real estate taxes go up, everything seems to go up, and sometimes Social Security does not provide a cost of living adjustment for today's seniors, and so their buying power goes down and their ability to survive and keep up goes down. It's one of the reasons that I've been fighting for decent cost of living increases for seniors. I know this year today's Ben Salem seniors received a cost of living this year. They hadn't had one for a couple of years, and that was adjusted appropriately, and I think it was needed and well utilized by the seniors.
Yeah, and even up in Harrisburg, Mike, a lot of the issues that we deal with, and I'm chairman of the Human Services Committee, and, a lot of those human service issues, reflect on senior citizens also. And I think it's important as elected officials, whether we're state, local, or federal like you, that we make sure, it's always been said that a society is judged by the way we take care of our young people and the way we take care of our old people. And I know you feel the same way. We got to make sure that, that they're, the way they live and, the way we protect them, we make sure that it's important that we keep doing that.
Sure, that's the way we were raised here in Bucks County, to take care of those who can't care for themselves. And I think it's important that we do that, privately, that we do it with our charity, but also you as a state representative and I as a representative to the federal government, we have an obligation as well with the public funds to make certain that those who cannot care for themselves have security in both, their infancy and in their retirement years. And it's not always easy, especially in difficult economic times, but it's an obligation that never changes, and so we'll continue to work hard at that.
I got my mom, and she's in the background there working at my table, so I hear from her all the time if she doesn't like something that's going on. And I know that you do the same thing.
I live 3 blocks from my parents, and our parents are there to tell us when we do well and to tell us when they disagree with us, and it's our job to listen and to be responsive, not just to our parents. We're lucky to have them, right? But also all of our constituents.
Well, thank you for the good work you do, not only on behalf of senior citizens, but all, how many, 650,000 residents in Bucks County, and I know you have a small part of Montgomery County also.
Right.
Thank you for the good work that you do each and every day on behalf of all of us.
Thanks, Gene, and thank you.
Okay, well, let's go back inside, and we'll try to visit with some of the other people at the expo here.
Oh, the oceans, bright with gold. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Welcome back to our Senior Expo today with you, and we have a gentleman here, and again, a good friend of mine and somebody that's very recognizable to everyone here in Bucks County, and that's our tax collector, Ray Wall. Treasurer also, Ray?
Yes.
Is that correct for tonight? Yeah, Ray, how long have you been treasurer?
Gene, I was elected in 1985, so that's about 23 years.
That is really, really amazing. 20, 25, 20, 85, 23, 22 years.
22 years, yeah.
I think, yeah. But that's really amazing, Ray. And, well, you've seen a lot of changes in Bensalem, haven't you, since you first got elected?
Yeah. And it's been a privilege to serve the taxpayers of this township, and it's great to be part of a great management team. My mayor, our mayor, an excellent leader, council, and our department heads, and we just got off of, what was it called, Gene? Pride Day? Or
we had, Community Day or Pride Day.
Community Day, yeah. Dawn Davis did a wonderful job, and it's just great to be part of this great township.
Yeah, and Ray, we all take great pride in this, but just recently, Money Magazine, which is a national publication, just named Bensalem Township one of the 100 top places to live, not in Pennsylvania, but in the United States of America. And I think that's quite an honor, it really is. And, something I think we're all very, very proud of.
Yeah, and the mayor and council, and both yourself and Tommy do a wonderful job. And it's certainly wonderful to be part of that community. Yeah. Or this community.
And Ray, we got, this is our Senior Expo and senior citizens, and I mean, a lot of issues are important to them, and certainly property taxes is one of the issues that's very, very important to them. And we're all working as hard as we can to make sure the property taxes stay as low as they can, especially for our senior citizens. And I know there's just recently there's a program where people are able to pay their taxes like on a quarterly basis instead of all at once, and I think.
Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity for not only senior citizens, but any taxpayer who wishes to get involved.
Yep, and I think that's really important. So, Ray, like I said, you've seen a lot of changes here in Bensalem. I mean, when you first moved in here, it was like a farming community of about maybe 10 or 12,000 people. And, now we have one of the larger townships in the state, but it's still a great, great place to live.
Yes, it is, Gene. When I came here in 1973, I worked for the Corman Corporation. I managed Salem Harbor. At that time, I know I did a study, and there were 38,000 residents in Bensalem at that time. Yep. And you can just see in that period of time now we're up to 60,000. Yep. And that's a big jump. Everywhere I go, people recognize it too. Yep. And now on the Turnpike, instead of seeing Philadelphia, you see Bensalem Township. So our township has certainly made a lot of progress.
Well, Ray, thanks for all the good work that you do here for the residents. Good to see you here today. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Gene.
Okay. I'm here with Mayor DiGirolamo, and Mayor was talking to Ray Wall just a little while ago, and it came up that Bensalem, and what a great honor and how proud we are, was just voted one of the top 100 places to live. Not in Pennsylvania, and I say that again, in the United States, in the whole country. Yep. One of the top 100 by Money Magazine, which is a national publication, Mayor.
Absolutely. We're all proud. It's a teamwork thing. It's all of us working together. But, I want to remind people also, Gene, the year 2000, we were named Model for America. Yep. And that was a big headline then. In the year 2005, we were named one of the best 100 places to raise children. So this comes on top of all of that, and we're extremely proud. And like I say, that just doesn't happen from one person. It's a team. We all work together with you, Senator Tomlinson, our council, and everybody working together in its direction. That's what makes it work.
And when we talk about that, we always mention the school district, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Great job the school district does.
And, it is the most important. You're educating our children. Yep. So that's our future, no question about that.
Yep. And when you were growing up, especially, and I was growing up, I mean, Bensalem was a much different community and place to live. I mean, it was basically a farming community. I like to say, my dad, your brother, graduated from Bensalem High School about 1940, I guess.
Yeah.
And the high school was down at Cornwell's, right now where the charter school is. So a much different community. So we've grown, but I think as we've grown, we still kept that charm of Bensalem, that old-time charm.
I think so. I mean, we're so proud. I think it's still, you know, like when we were growing up, and it's not. When your grandfather and grandmother and my mother and father came here, there were 5,000 people in Bensalem in the 20s, right? And today there's roughly over 60,000. So quite a change.
Yep. One of the places in Bensalem that has not been, I don't know, developed is the right word to say, is the riverfront. And I know you've got some plans for the riverfront, and there's a project going on down there that maybe is going to start taking off in the spring. You know, that we want to make sure there's open space down there for everybody to enjoy. Maybe just talk a little bit about your kind of vision for the riverfront.
That's been something special to me. It's my passion, Gene, being born and raised down there on Dunks Ferry and State Road. Certainly there's places on the riverfront that can be redeveloped, and we're looking forward to doing that. We have a couple developments now. Actually, yesterday I was with the commissioners on open space on the river, and we have ordinance here already. Anything that gets developed, the riverfront must stay open to the public. So hopefully that'll be happening soon.
And it's important. And you know, and I always talk, you know, as a state representative, the state park down there, the Chamonix State Park, right along the Delaware River at Dunks Ferry Road. I mean, and that's just a wonderful place. And
where we grew up, actually farmed part of that over there along State Road and everything. And a lot of great memories. When I'm just here thinking about it, growing up down there, and there couldn't have been a better place for us to grow up.
I tell people the parking lot out in front on State Road used to be basically we used to farm, rent the ground and farm it. Right.
Absolutely. Actually, Dean, when I was born, I was born across the street on Dunks Ferry Road over there because a little house that Mom and Dad had rented, and then they built a home that still stands there today on Dunks Ferry Road. And we moved there when I was 4 years old. So a lot of great memories, and you came along about 1950, and so what a great memories we have, and I'm as strong about Bensalem today as I was then. It's a great community, and we encourage people. You're looking for a home, come here. We have the best place. We said one of the best
for seniors too. I mean, there's a lot of places for seniors, 55 and older community. We have a great senior citizen center. I mean, we have a lot of recreational areas. I mean, the playgrounds, the seniors can bring their grandchildren to. I mean, it really is. We got a lot to offer.
I just want to say something, Gene, because growing up here, all of us, the compassion that you have, that you work on up in Harrisburg, to work with people, and I know how you are with drug and alcohol and all the things that you do for that, and the compassion for people that can't find their way. So, you know, we're proud of you, very proud of you.
I appreciate you saying that.
And you go against the odds, which is very important. It's not all about getting elected. It's about helping people. So I'm proud of you, proud as hell of you.
You know, I called you last night, if you remember. I said I might not make it here today because we were up Harrisburg voting. We got done at 10 o'clock. Finished up, and so I was able to drive back this morning and be
Thank
here.
God.
Yeah. Well, Mayor, always good, pleasure. Thanks, Mayor. Let's take a short break from my 18th annual Senior Citizen Expo, and we'll be right back in a minute.
Did you know that in the corridors in the first floor of the capital of Pennsylvania, there are nearly 400 individual mosaics? The idea for creating these intricate tiles was first suggested by Henry C. Mercer in 1902. A year later, he received the commission to prove 16,000 square feet of pavement tiles for the Great Rotunda and corridors of the new state capitol building in Harrisburg. Mercer set about designing subjects for approximately 400 mosaics. He chose as his general theme the history of Pennsylvania, and he soon realized that his tiles could tell stories. Although the arrangement seems random, the mosaics are very thoughtfully placed in the floor. The tile sequence is roughly chronological, beginning at one end with the scenes depicting the Native Americans. The mosaics progress into the story of European habitation in the New World and encompass the Commonwealth's triumph through process and intervention. Now you know.
Welcome back. I'm here with Don Petrilli, who's our Register of Will for Bucks County and newly elected last year, I guess, Don?
That's correct. Been in office for about 10 months now, yeah.
Okay, great. And why don't you just tell us a little bit about what your office does and what the Register of Will does?
Sure. We have 4 basic functions, Representative. The first one, and the most important one, is we register wills. And what that means is when an executor has a will after somebody has died, they will bring the will to our office along with the death certificate, and we will issue the probate documents. It's a legal process, and our office handles that, and we issue those probate documents to get the estate administration moving. If there's no will, we will help out somebody who wants to serve as an administrator of the estate, but still get that probate process moving. We also handle, in our role of clerk of the Orphans Court, any litigation that concerns estates, trusts, adoptions, or appointing guardians for incapacitated persons. And lastly, what is really fun is that we also get to issue all the marriage licenses for people who live in Bucks County who want to get married anywhere in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Boy, you got a lot of responsibility, Don. Let me ask you this question. I think I know the answer. Does somebody have to go to Doylestown, or is there other places in Bucks County where they can access the services that you provide?
Sure. Most district judges will issue marriage licenses. You should call your district judge to see if they do that. They will process them for our citizens of Bucks County and then forward the applications onto our office. As far as probating wills and issuing marriage licenses, on the second and fourth Tuesday at the Lower Bucks Government Services Center in Levittown, our office does provide satellite office hours for the convenience of people in Lower Bucks County where most of our population is. And that's a new program we started this year.
Okay, that's great. And for everybody, that's up at 5 Points in Levittown. That's what everybody calls close to where Bishop Egan High School is and the tech school is.
Exactly, the 5 Points intersection near the Golden Sunset Chinese restaurant there, yeah.
Yeah, not as far as you're concerned. I know with the death of a loved one, or especially a mom or dad, is a very, very kind of trying time for a family. So, I mean, tell us how you try to help them out when they come up to you. I mean, you know, I guess people talk about a lot of paperwork, and some of them have attorneys and don't have attorneys. Why don't you just talk a little bit about what you try to do to make it an easier time for the families?
Well, the last thing somebody wants when they're in a grieving process is to have a complicated bureaucratic process. So in our office, we try to make the forms available online to open up these estates. We try to answer every question that we possibly can that does not cross the line get over into giving legal advice. We try to explain what some of the terminology on the forms means to people, and then we also try to make it as easy as possible for people to get the forms and get the paperwork to us. We'll accept documents via mail. We will open up a file, and if somebody needs to get us something a little bit later, we'll accept it by mail. We even have a traveling registers program where we will come to a law office, a professional's office, and for people who are infirm, for people who are sick, and on the marriage license front and on the probating wills front, we've gone to hospitals to render this service too. So in some situations, we will come to you to make that process a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortable. We try to do these processes at a table, face to face, where we can look you in the eye, not across a counter, and we try to really make this as comfortable a process as possible. Because sometimes this is people's first contact with the legal system.
Yep, sure. Well, Don, first, thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
And your office. I know you have a table over there, and your staff, you're there, your staff is there, answering a lot of questions from the seniors here. And thank you for the good work you do on behalf of the residents of Bucks County, 650,000 residents.
And thank you for the work that you do for the people of Bensalem, Lower Southampton, Representative.
Okay. Good to be with you.
Thank you.
I've got a couple of couples here today that live in Bensalem, some longtime residents. I just wanted to say hello first, Mark and Sharon Winokur. And maybe many of you remember Mark. He used to be, he's our retired postmaster here in Bensalem. And I understand this is your first time here at the Expo. Yeah, and I know you've been going around a little bit, so if you don't mind telling people what what you're seeing and some what are the things you're finding out here?
Oh, it's just been wonderful. We've gotten such wonderful information that we probably couldn't have gotten anywhere else.
You have information about wills, which is new to me, and I'm getting to that age limit where I got to get one. It's good for everybody. Medicare, health care, you name it, and the information is available here, and it's very informative.
And I know a lot of the county row offices are here also with information. There's stuff for veterans, and we got a really nice crowd, and I think it works out real well.
Beautiful crowd, and everybody's saying how great it is today. Very
you.
informative again.
Thank you for offering
And
it
you
to us.
also have a son who's a police officer here in Ben Salem.
In Ben Salem, yes, Greg. Yeah, corporal. Yes.
And as the mayor mentioned before, Ben Salem was just voted by one of the major magazines as one of the best places to live in America. So
That's the truth.
The way we feel, it should be number one on that list.
Oh, that's really
true.
good.
That's
well,
true.
thanks for being here. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us. We
Thank
look
you.
forward to it again.
Yep. And over here, we have Nancy and Pete Fuhrer, who have been good friends of mine for a really, really long time. And the family owns a Bristol Taylor Garage right on Bristol Road, right off of Humeville Road. And welcome to the Expo. I know both of you are members here at the Senior Center. And Pete, you do a lot of work, I think, with the seniors as far as painting and work and that type of thing. Just talk a little bit about today and some of the work that you do at the Senior Center.
Well, what we try to do, I'm on the board, and I have the art program, and I do the art program with the kids from school also during the summer. And as far as the expo, it's the greatest thing because you're always out to learn something new, and you always think you know something until you come and there's a new program out. So you have to go with the times and increase your times, more profitably, and make sure that you're up on everything.
I know you're a pretty good artist yourself, a pretty good painter. I've seen some of your paintings. And I know you run the one program, which I always try to attend, where you hook up some of the children from the school district with some of the senior citizens, and you do artwork and display it here at the Senior Center. And it's just been terrific.
Personally, I get a lot out of it. I enjoy it. And, with the kids now, we're trying to get that again for next year. Funds have been lacking, and have been self-supporting. And, we're hoping to keep on with that program.
All right, well, thank you. I know you're supposed to be retired, Pete, Nancy. She retired?
No,
Not retired.
You leave the re off. It's tired.
Tired, not retired. Well, thank you for being here. Good to see the both of you. And let's go around and we'll see some more stuff with my Senior Expo. Thank you. We're here back at the Senior Expo with a very, very good friend of mine and someone I am truly honored to stand next to. And that's Jack Golding, who is also one of our World War II veterans. And through many conversations I've had with you, Jack, you were a veteran of the Battle of the Bulge.
And Normandy.
And Normandy also.
And the other 5 battles to the Rhine River and to the Elbe River.
Yep. Well,
the whole spiel.
Yep. And 92 years old, Jack?
Yes.
I mean, you really look terrific. You really do. Thank you.
I hope
92.
so.
And Jack, I mean, we owe so much to our veterans. I mean, their courage and sacrifice. And I mean, I don't mind just saying thank you. Thank you for your service to our country.
Okay, there's something that was brought up, and I talked to Mr. Wall about it, and that's when seniors get to a certain age, they should either get an exempt from taxes or reduced taxes or credits or something. And it'd be something that would do you justice to introduce it and get sponsors.
Yep. I mean, up in Harrisburg, we're always looking at ways to try to relieve.
And I think when you reach my age, you're looking for some relief financial, although I'm able to support myself.
Yep. Well, Jack, God bless you. I mean, really. I mean, it's always, you're still all around the township. I know I see you at the district office. You're interested in issues, and you
definitely.
come talk to me about what's going on in Harrisburg
definitely.
and in Washington. So, I mean, just thank you. God bless you, really. We really appreciate it.
You got to remember when I was vice president of this organization, I made 6 budgets.
Yep. Yep. I'll bet they were all balanced too, weren't they, Jack?
Yes, they were.
Well, thank you, Jack. God bless you, and again, thank you for your service to our
Gene,
country.
And if you ever need me for anything, you can call me.
Okay, I appreciate that, Jack. Thank you. Okay, I want to wrap up, and the last person I want to talk to as I wrap up my Senior Expo 18th Annual is Bonnie, who's the Executive Director here, and just does a really terrific job with the Senior Citizen Center here in Bensalem. And Bonnie, how many years have you been Director?
I've been here 4 years now.
Yep, 4 years, and what do you think of the Expo? I mean,
I love it. Every year that you present this here at the center, it's a great turnout for everyone. A lot of the seniors get a lot of the good information.
Yep.
And for all of the different places that come in, and thanks for bringing it all here to us.
Yeah. And plus we give them a free lunch?
Yes, we do.
With the help of the people
yes,
here
kitchen.
from the Senior Center?
Yes.
Yep. Bonnie, just talk a little bit about the Senior Center. I mean, how do you become a member, maybe your hours of operation, and, what people can find when they come here during the week?
Okay. You can stop in and fill out an application, and then we mail that up to the Area Agency on Aging. The dues are $15 a year right now. We've actually lowered our age to 50. We're trying to attract more of the baby boomer population also to help volunteer. And our hours are 8:30 to 3:30 every day, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
On Saturday we have special events, and Sunday we have special events. On Saturday from 10:30 until 3:30 we're here.
I know you do bingo 1 or 2 days a week. That's a popular activity?
Yes, it is. 2 days a week, Wednesday and Saturday.
From what time?
Well, the doors open at 11 for bingo. We start at 12.
Okay, $15. I mean, that's a very reasonable fee to become a member for all that you actually get here. Now, do you have like lunch every day, Bonnie?
Yes, we do. We provide a nutritional lunch that's catered by Linton's. I don't know if you've heard of Linton's or not.
Okay.
Very good food.
Okay. And there's a charge for that?
It's a $2 donation.
Okay. Well, that's not very much either, really.
No, it's not.
And I know in the back, I know there's a pool room. You have arts and crafts. We had Pete Fuhrer on a little while ago. Maybe what are some of the other activities other than the arts and craft that the seniors can do here?
Okay. Our new programming, we've just started a dart league and a dart tournament, which is going over very well. We've had a tournament so far, and the league has started last week, and we have many seniors coming out for that.
Yep. How many active members do you have, Bonnie, here at the center?
Active members, I would say about 200. We
About
do have a
200?
membership of 700.
And even though it's in Bensalem, you don't have to live in Bensalem to be a member. Isn't that correct?
No, you don't.
Yep.
Yeah, we have members all the way from Quakertown to New Jersey to Philadelphia.
Yep. Well, our senior citizens are so important to us. And, thank you for the good work that you do with them. And keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for being here
Yeah, well,
today.
thank you for allowing me to use the facility for my Senior Expo. I know Marcy, you and Marcy have been working together.
Yes.
And she did a great job, so I want to thank Marcy from my district office also. Okay, thank you. That's all the time we have for the show today. And as always, if you have any questions about what you've seen at the Senior Expo or anything at all to do with state government, please contact my district office or give me a call. My information will appear on the screen in a minute. So, as always, thank you again for watching another edition of Legislative Report, my 18th Annual Senior Citizen Expo.